three. Let me go to Kylie. Kyle. Kyle, a first-time call out of California. Kyle, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey Jesse, thank you for allowing me to talk to you.
You're welcome.
You've helped me a lot, like immensely. So I'm in a position where I'm a recovered alcoholic addict. Now a man of God, or trying my best to be so. And I'm also put in a position where I kind of have a platform of where people know my story, they know what I've gone through, but I still find myself struggling when I speak about my story or go into details of the past of how things that I've overcome and being a witness to what God can do for you in your life. I still find myself getting emotional every time I talk about it, even now, and how do I overcome that?
So you said
not
that
being such a beta.
Beta. You said that you are alcoholic and overcoming alcoholic and drug addict.
Yes, correct.
Oh,
correct.
okay. And you get emotional when you tell your story. And why are you telling your story?
Well, because it was kind of obvious in the line of work that I do. I disappeared for a little while.
Oh, okay.
And so if I just disappear, then people knowing my drug history, use, they just assume he's falling off the deep end.
Right. I understand. So listen, and you want to know how do you overcome the emotions?
Yeah, exactly.
You overcome the emotion by overcoming the thoughts.
Okay.
You cannot be emotional unless you have thoughts first about the situation, and then you start to feel it. Because you can't have the feelings without you have the thoughts. So you got to learn to let the thoughts pass, and don't identify with them at all. Just watch them like you're watching a movie. Let them pass, but don't call them you. Don't identify with them, and you'll be fine.
No, that makes perfect sense. So I'll probably take a little practice with the silent prayer, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely. Do the silent prayer. Have you forgiven your mother?
Yeah, definitely have, and my father as well.
You told both of them?
Yeah, no, for sure. They're both they're also members of an anonymous program. I'm sure you know about.
Oh, okay.
So
when you went to your mother and forgave her, what did she say?
I think she cried, and she she knew.
Nice.
She's worked through, and in the 12-step program they have the 4-step, which is making a list of people you've harmed or people that have harmed you, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I got it.
So she knew it was coming.
And did you say what did you say about God when you first started speaking?
Okay, so I started, my
right now. What did you say about God right now when you call in?
Oh well, I'm a man of God.
And what does that mean? You're a man of God.
Well, I try my best every day to surrender my will to God.
But what do you mean you're a man of God? I don't know. How do you know you're a man of God, and what does that mean?
That's a fine question. I've heard you ask other people on the show that, and I always thought I'd have a better answer. Man, a man of God. I mean, yeah. I guess I'm probably still just a selfish human being at the end of the day, but I try my best to just be the best person I can be that I think God would call me to be. Yeah, I really wish I had a better answer for you. What do you?
Why do you call yourself?
Why
do you call yourself a man of God then? You don't even know what that is.
Well, I see it as like someone that's seeking God's heart. You know what I mean? Kind of like David. A man after God's own heart. I try my best to seek God, so that's why I call myself a man of God, as opposed to.
How are you doing that?
I pray constantly.
You pray?
Constantly. I read the Bible.
And how do you pray? When you pray, how do you pray?
Sometimes it's just in the car, praying that I don't flip somebody off. Sometimes it's when my kids are acting up, and I'm just praying for the strength to endure and be patient with them because I know they're just children.
So you're like, hey, God, give me the strength to be patient with my children and stuff like that? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And other times, it's prayers of gratitude. Of just amazement of where I am now and where I was just a year ago.
Okay. And then you say you read the Bible?
Yes. I figure it's if I'm gonna be praying to God, I might as well know the character of who I'm praying to.
Amazing. And how, are you surprised that none of those things are working for you?
They are working to an extent.
In what way? In what extent? What extent are they working?
Well, I'm sober now. I've been able to salvage my marriage, my kids.
How did you? What do you mean by you salvage your marriage? How did you do that?
By one, probably just not being active in alcohol use and drug use, and two, being present in the moment with my family when I'm with them, as opposed to thinking about the past and thinking about the future.
And how do you
about
deal
the past
with?
and fear.
How do you deal with the hell that's in your wife?
Should have known that question was coming. Amazing.
Amazing.
Man, I try my best to know that that is not necessarily her. That is just the hell that is in her. Be patient with her. Continue to guide myself and my family to God and not of the earth. To be of the earth.
And do you correct the hell that's in her?
Oh, I do, but it's a mighty beast.
Here, because of time, here's what I recommend. Do what you want, of course. All right.
Yeah.
Number one, cut out the prayer. You're praying to the devil. It's never going to work.
Mm-hmm.
It's all vanity. And then when you read the Bible. And it's good to read the Bible. Nothing wrong with reading the Bible, but not to remember. And what I suggest that you do is do the silent prayer and be still and know God. You say you've gone and forgiven your parents and things like that. And so stop calling yourself a man of God so that you won't have this phony idea that you know God, because you don't know him at all. It's just ideas that you have. And it's time for you to let go and let God take over. And he will, if you get rid of all your ideas about your relationship with him and who he is, and I'm a man of God. You need to cut out all that and just be nothing and let him take over.
Just be a vessel which he could work through.
Absolutely. So do the silent prayer and just watch. Stay present instead of being lost in your head about the past or the future. And don't call yourself an alcoholic or a drug addict. You're none of those things. And just watch and let God take over. But as long as you have those ideas about being a man of God and I'm this and I'm that, you're never going to know God.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Why would I expect to become a new man if I'm giving life to the dead man?
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. No, that makes perfect sense.
Are you familiar with the silent prayer?
No, but I saw it posted. I saw a link posted, so
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, go to rebuildingtheman.com. And so that /prayer, rebuildingtheman.com/prayer, so he can bring you out of the darkness of your imagination. And then you can cut out all that emotional stuff would disappear when you stop listening and living in your imagination.
No, that makes sense, because it's almost like watching a movie. When you're not in the movie, it doesn't really affect you.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. That makes perfect sense.
Let me know how it goes.
Hey, appreciate you, Jesse. Have a good one.
All right, buddy.